You can make this like as raw as you want, bro. Like I don't really have like much questions where I'm like, don't ask me that, you know, like I like talking about shit, you know. I like explaining shit. Like people don't people don't want to hear the truth about shit.
I mean, as
Yeah.
soon as I picked you up, you started laying some heavy shit on me, but I figured it was just kind of like get it out of the way, you know, and I can
Yeah,
get that,
yeah.
you know, like
I
if you're,
like I like people to know my history before I say some crazy shit and they're like, "What?" Like I like
yeah,
people to know that like I didn't really live the perfect life. Like yeah, I wasn't like privileged or anything, but like I had a better life than some obviously. Like it's not a competition. But I definitely went
right.
through some things that definitely has people wondering like, "Geez, this kid is like my girlfriend's parents didn't even know." I'm like, "You didn't even warn them about anything?" So I met them for the first time and basically explained my childhood and they were shocked. It's like,
Yeah, man. Me, on the other hand, I lived a pretty perfect life. No, I'm just kidding. No, we've all made our mistakes and we've all been through
oh yeah,
some bullshit. And it's like we were talking though. People who embrace that adversity can really breed some creativity and something positive out of that. So
yeah. You can either take what you've been through and do something stupid with it and make it as an use it as an excuse your whole life just to be
hell
stupid,
yeah, exactly
or you
right.
can use it as an excuse to be strong and move up in life. Like seriously. And I
Yep,
did I did the first option for a while. I didn't know what to do. I
sure.
screwed around, but you know I
Yeah.
got my shit together. You got to. I mean, if you can do it, that's my message to the world is that you can do anything.
So like, what gets little young RJ into tunes? Is it an escape? Is it an escape from that kind of rough upbringing? Bring us back to
Um,
that. You know what you were going through and like what you were. You know what got you transitioned into being a music maker.
I feel like what got me into being a music maker was just the scene that was around me in hip hop in general. Like my whole life, I didn't want to be a rapper or anything. I didn't listen to rap. Like I was a heavy
Okay.
metal rock kid
Yeah,
my
we were
whole
talking about
life.
that a little. Yeah. What kind of
Like,
bands are we talking about?
in middle school, it was like Asking Alexandria, Bring Me the
Okay.
Horizon, and
Yeah. Hell
Tuesday
yeah.
Violence and stuff like that.
Right on.
Um, and then towards high school, I gravitated more towards like the dark SoundCloud rap, I guess, like Night Lavelle,
Hmm.
Suicide Boys, Lil Peep, all that.
No one would have guessed.
Yeah,
Were
right.
you always an
Um,
artistic kid? You know,
yeah,
people always saying, you know, RJ is going to be an artist because I know for me it was drawing, and everyone thought I was going to be involved in art. Led to
yeah,
music,
yeah. It was
obviously.
the
But
same for me when I was a little kid. I was
good
always
one.
drawing in school. My favorite movie when I was like maybe in my single digits was Titanic. And
Your
I
favorite movie was
remember,
Titanic,
fuck yeah,
so
I
you were
would draw.
drawing boobs.
Yeah, I was drawing boobs and boats, boobs
Yeah,
and boats.
boobs and boats.
But
That's the name
no,
of the EP,
my
bro.
but yeah, I started off drawing and shit, but as soon as I figured out what music was, dude, it was the drums first. I played the drums first. When
Oh,
I,
was it?
dude, as soon as I learned to comprehend what a fucking drum set was, I was on that shit. And then around sixth grade, I started listening to Green Day and shit. Like my uncle put me on all that.
That was the first. Was that the first band you really connected to? You'd say?
The first band I really connected to, it's fucking cringy, but Black Veil Brides for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The shout out to
I don't
them.
hate.
They were good back in the day. But
How old are you? You're getting into Black Veil Brides.
12. I was 12.
12. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
And what do you think? Were you just kind of like an angsty teen, you know,
I was
preteen
just
kind
an
of guy?
emo kid. Like
Yeah.
if I remember if I had a black shirt and it said something on the front, I would flip it inside out so it was all black.
Ooh, yeah.
Fucking wore my hair long and shit. Super I was
Yeah,
fucking
man.
that emo shit, you know, goth boy stuff. And then towards sixth grade it got more like punky, you know, because I went into foster care. My aunt Kim and Uncle Jeremy took care of me for a while, so he really put me onto that Green Day and shit, My Chemical Romance, Blink 182,
Okay, so using a lot of
some
the punk
41.
stuff, yeah,
Oh yeah, alternative shit
the
too.
pop
So
punk and all that.
I
Yeah,
started like just writing songs. Like I would like think of the instruments and shit, how they would go in my head, and I would write to them. Like, so I
oh
didn't have a
yeah,
guitar or nothing. Like, I didn't really know nothing about it. My sister wanted to poke her head in real quick.
totally, totally.
This is Corey.
What's up, Corey?
He said, "What's
Hey,
up?"
thanks for letting
Hi.
me borrow.
He said, "Thanks for letting me borrow."
You're welcome.
All right, I'm sure I'll get to know her one of these days,
Absolutely, yeah.
soon
My
enough.
best friend. We're
That's
not real
dope.
siblings, but it's pretty much like I said, they pretty much adopted me. I was in foster care for like from when I was 12 to 17. I ran away from that shit.
I mean, you only have to go into it as much as you want, but maybe just give us a little nutshell of coming to, you know, a foster care situation for the first time and what made you want to run away. Do you appreciate anything about it now? Kind of all that.
I was 17, and I guess I didn't agree with anything my foster parents were saying. I thought they just had it out for me, you know. Like I had just gotten caught smoking cigarettes and shit. So the cops were searching my room and shit. They found cigarettes, so I got an MIP for tobacco charge, just petty.
While you were with the foster parents,
yeah. And so they were just dicks about it. Like they thought I was hiding weed in my fucking underwear and shit. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? And so that's just a kind of beef just started from there, and I just ran away. You know what? Those foster parents, they loved me. Like,
I was gonna ask, looking back on it now, do you think they just had the best for you, and maybe
I think they definitely did,
showing some of that tough love maybe you hadn't gotten before?
Yeah, I remember when I got my first apartment, I reached out to her, and I was like, hey, like, I just wanted to let you know, like, thank you for making me clean the bathroom, because I have to clean this shit all the time now, and I'm glad I know how to do it right. Like, thanks for all the little shit.
That's what's up, dude. That's what's up.
I still have connection with them and shit. I have connections with my old caseworkers and all that, but I'm really appreciative. But back then, I was just so angry, man. So I put all my clothes, anything I wanted, in my guitar case. Left my guitar there because I knew I'd be able to get it back, and just fucking jumped out of a 2-story window, and then I was on the streets of Holland like the whole night. I remember walking to West Ottawa High School, kind of just chilling there.
What was the next move? What happens next?
So I run away. I'm walking around Holland. I withdraw a bunch of my cash because I wasn't allowed to spend it. So I had a bunch of cash or money in my bank account.
Okay.
It was like $1,000 or something. I didn't have a phone, so I went to Walgreens, which was the only place open at 2 a.m. And I bought a phone. I called my mom, and I was like, yo, like, I just ran away.
Mom.
Yeah. And I was like, I just ran away. And she's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I just ran away. Come get me. I was like, I'm being fucking serious. She's like, fuck. So she came and got me.
Was she like pissed? Was she like happy? What was it?
She was just like, all right, what's our next move? Like, we're basically on the run. So
she's an accomplice now. She's
like,
let's fucking do this.
Yeah. She's like, all right.
Okay.
She's like, we gotta hide out. I was like, well, we can get like a hotel or something. I don't know, but we ended up staying with distant cousins and shit.
Okay.
My godparents' sister. So and then I just kept hanging out with my buddies, and we were making music videos and shit.
You're just floating around at this point. Is anybody trying to like track you the fuck down?
Yeah.
Foster,
so my caseworker kept trying to get at me. Like he even messaged my fucking SoundCloud to try and get a hold of me.
Wow.
And I finally told him, I was like, dude, what? And like he ended up getting me back into another home. Literally, I stayed one night there, and then the next night I hit up my friend Cody, and I was like, pick me up, bro. I got $100 for you right now if you like. And I ended up going back to Grand Haven and fucking hopping around there, hung out with CJ and stuff, and shit just got hectic from there. Ended up just sleeping on the streets was my next experience at that point.
Are you making music actively at this point while you're in Grand Haven?
During the summer, just because of everything that was happening. I didn't have a computer or nothing.
Sure, you're just kind of couching it and shit.
Yeah, but towards the end of the summer, I had warrants again, and I ended up turning myself in.
Wow.
And because I wanted to go to school, I wanted to start my junior year at Grand Haven.
What got you out of that Grand Haven, bumming around Muskegon, Grand Haven thing, and kind of finding this situation you're in now, making music, kind of being a little bit more focused on you and making progress?
I moved away from Grand Haven probably like in 2019.
Okay.
Like December 2019 or some shit. And then I moved to Grand Rapids with a friend of mine, and started making music. I started working for Standout Lumber. Got an apartment, all that shit, and then it fell out with him and my girlfriend at the time, so I moved out.
Okay.
And reached out to Corey and the gang, old friends of mine from the summer of 2018, and we just started hanging out all the time. And I ended up getting into fucking Xanax and lean and coke and shit, and I had a heart attack and all that.
Tell me about this heart attack thing. So this was an overdose situation?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, my heart rate spun out of fucking control, man.
What did it feel like? Where were you?
I was in Holland. Kyra was there, and it was just me and her, and I had some Molly, and I had
Okay.
like 3 hits probably, and it was like really pure shit.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't really have much experience with Molly, but I did it a few times, so I was like, and I had like this much left in a Werner's bottle, and I poured all of it in there, and I stirred it up. I was like, watch this. And I just chugged it, and that was
Bro.
that was a terrible idea because I don't think I ate that day.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and I wasn't hydrated.
How long until things go fucking bonkers
Well,
and you're like,
like
something's not right here?
as soon as like maybe 20 minutes after consumption, probably, I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. I might need to throw up, you know, because I started feeling like, all right, this is a little too much. I gotta make myself puke. It'll be all right, like normally. And I went to go make myself puke, and like nothing would come out. Nothing. Like I was freaking out, and all of a sudden my heart just like do 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 do. And then I walked out, and I was like, Kyra, like I'm overdosing. You need to call the ambulance. And she's like, what? And I'm like, call the ambulance. She's like, I've never called the ambulance before. I'm like, just fucking do it. Like, I remember trying to fucking smoke a cigarette in the ambulance, and they're like, no, you can't do that, this and that. And I remember I like woke up like 30 minutes later to like a comfort channel on, and they had like the fucking shit strapped to my chest and all that. And
And what are they telling you when you wake up?
they just handed me all these papers, and they're like, are you all right? This and that. I was like, yeah. And they were like, well, your heart rate basically jumped over to 220 from 73. And I was like, so they're like, we're gonna give you these papers on it was called hallucinogen use disorder. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And I was like, seriously, hallucinogen use disorder? So I guess I just walked out, went on social media, and was like, yo, don't do fucking Molly, bro. Like, I'm just trying to kind of be a mentor to my friends that
Sure.
have
Sure.
been
That's
my
dope.
friends, that I'm trying to get them, get everybody clean and get everybody ready to meet the goals that we're supposed to in life and be the people we need to be. Fucking, all I want to be is a part of something and a functioning part of fucking society. I want to be normal, and it sucks. I'm glad I gone through the shit I gone through just so I have the knowledge for like the future kids or whatever. But I just look at it as, yeah, I fucked up, but it's gonna benefit me in the future because I'm gonna be able to say that I've overcome these things.
What's the impact Blacklung, is striving for?
I want to make sure everybody on my table eats.
Fuck yeah. I love that. I'm here for that. So Lavender
Absolutely,
is
sure.
one of your newest singles. Not
Yep.
the newest, because you came out with one since then. 420
Yeah.
release, right? Was the newest one?
Yep, I released a song called Marijuana Mania with my buddy Slimeer from Grand Rapids. But Lavender, I dropped
Lavender,
about a month
yes.
ago. I dropped that on Valentine's Day. So.
On Valentine's Day. And
Yeah.
it's like a love song, a heartbreak song.
It's a love song. I don't think it's a heartbreak song. I think
Love
it's
song.
more of a fuck the heartbreak, like we're moving on to something cool,
I love that. Who produced that track? How did that track come about? Give me the backstory there.
This happened to be the first beat I purchased like completely.
Sure, sure.
I found it, and I was looking up Lana Del Rey type beats. The producer's name is Kafka. We
Sure.
haven't really connected. I told him, I was like, dude, this is a really big song for me. I don't know if you want to form some relationship to get this shit popping even more, but
Yeah.
it sounded like he wasn't really about that aspect of it. There wasn't some like special thing with it, because like everybody keeps asking me, like, is that like how was that, like what made you do? I don't know. It wasn't anything special for me. Like I just made another song, When I did like finish making Lavender, like there was definitely something in my brain that was like,
Oh, of course. Of
yeah,
course.
like, because that was epic. Like that was really good.
Now let's talk the new single, because you just dropped this one. You said it's
Yep.
with how do you say the name?
Slimeer, I'm pretty sure. I found him through the people that filmed Lavender, the video. Yeah, shout out Bed and Breakfast Films. I just hit him up and I was like, yo, man, I got this song that kind of sounds like something you'd be interested in. Like, hit me up. And he fucking killed it.
How was that one? It was another one where you just kind of found the beat and the vibe
Yeah.
kind of came from that.
Yeah. In my past, I've always been like shamed on for not having a fucking car and shit. Cause like, broken childhood, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm late. I'm gonna be late on some things, So getting my license and shit, that's obviously in the works now. But back then I've always been shamed for it. And so I said, I don't got a car, but you can have my heart. Like, what? I might not have a car, and might not have shit that every other kid my age has and all that, but like, I will treat you with fucking loyalty and respect, and I will love the shit out of you always. Like,
Where does the marijuana come into play?
The whole "you can see the marijuana in my eyelids" part. I mean,
explain that lyric for me, because I was actually listening to that the other day, and I was showing my wife that song, and she's like, "What does that even mean?" And I was like, "I don't know, but it sounds fucking cool."
I say you can see the marijuana in my eyelid.
Yeah.
I mean, like when I'm so high, you can't really see my eyeballs. You're just looking at my eyelids.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love that.
So it's like, you know,
that's cool, because just like, and it becomes your hook in the track.
Yep. That's my favorite part of the song, dude.
Yeah, dude. And I think that's the part that's going to stick with a lot of people when they listen to it. Check out, it's Marijuana Mania, right?
Yep, Marijuana Mania, guys.
Is that on all streaming platforms and that kind of thing?
So it's gonna be soon. It's on SoundCloud right now.
SoundCloud right now. Okay.
Yep. And it's on my SoundCloud. But Spotify and Apple Music, all of them, they just approved it. So it's gonna be streaming and probably in the next week or so.
If people want to go find Blacklunged online, where do you send them? SoundCloud?
SoundCloud, Instagram, Spotify, fucking Apple Music.
Just at Blacklunged?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, it's been a pleasure chatting with you.
Yeah, you too, Jair. Absolutely.
Let's link up. Let's make some fucking art. And I'll talk to you soon, dude.
Yeah, absolutely, Jair. You have a good one, all right?
Deuces, brother.
All right, deuces. Stay high.